Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, and as you already saw in the title of this video, today I'm going to be doing a full face of E.L.F. products, reviewing the new Halo Glow wands. So I got 3 blushes, 1 highlighter, and 2 contour shades. But before we begin, hello, my name is Carla and I am a makeup enthusiast who loves to create looks and have fun with the makeup that I already have. But in today's video we're doing a review because I occasionally throw some reviews here and there. I honestly couldn't let pass this new E.L.F. products. They seem very promising, especially because they are considered as of now a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury wands, which I think that each one of them it's like $38, and these are only $9 each, guys. Also, if you're not new to my channel, you probably are noticing that my voice is a little bit weird. I have been a little bit sick in the past couple of days, so please bear with me. I am having a little bit of trouble just, breathing. Not breathing, but I'm very congested. So yeah, breathing. But it's not the virus or anything. It was just some really bad allergies that I did not take care of, and now they are a sinus infection or a cold or something. Who knows? The point is, yeah, I might be struggling a little bit here and there. But let me tell you, I bought 3 shades of the Halo Glow blushes. In this, I got the shade Candlelit, the Very Radiant, and the Rosé You Slay, which I believe it's sold out online. I think all of them are pretty much sold out online, but you can still find them at Ulta. Maybe not on the website, but you can go to the store. I purchased this in store. Um, I also got one of the shades of the Halo Glow highlighter. This one is the shade Champagne Campaign. And last but not least, I grabbed 2 of the shades of the contour wand, which are the light medium and the fair light. So, also, whenever I went to Ulta and I purchased all of these, I got a little gift, and that was the E.L.F. Power Grip Primer with the 4% niacinamide. So that's really cool because this is exactly what I will be using for primer. Alright guys, let's start with some swatches. Here you have the Candlelit shade of the blushes, which is the lightest of the blushes. This one is like a peach undertone or peach kind of shade of blush. And then we have the Rosé You Slay, which is a true pink. And last but not least, we have the Very Radiant, which is a very more on the deep side color of blush. Now, all of these shades are done in natural light. They were done right next to my window, so those are their true tones. Now, I only grabbed 1 highlighter because I really wasn't into the pink one or the other one, which was more like a bronzy one. So I just grabbed the safe one, which was the Champagne shade. And here is the swatch. Again, all the swatches are done in natural light. This is how it looks like. Honestly, it's very, very pretty. But we'll see how it translates onto the cheeks, right? And last but not least, here are the swatches of the contour ones. This first one is the Fair to Light, which is a very cool tone shade, as you can see. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be very pretty for contour. And then we have the light to medium shade, which in my opinion, it's a little more warm. I think that this shade will look very, very good as a bronzer instead of a contour shade, but we'll see. And one more time, guys, each one of these ones retail for $9. I'm going to link them in the description box down below to your Ulta website because E.L.F. is sold out. And also just check in your nearest Ulta if they have them available, because sometimes they are sold out online, but they still have them in store. And I believe, at least in my area, they are not available for pickup. So I had to go in store. I visited, I kid you not, about 4 to 5 stores before I could find them. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the E.L.F. Power Grip Primer. Alright, so I'm just going to apply a little bit on my hands. I'm going to apply this to the rest of my face. And what I plan on doing, it's start with one side one blush, the other side another blush, and then the last one for it to be a full blush, or full, like the same blush on both sides, if that makes sense. I forgot to mention this, but I also picked up the E.L.F. Halo Glow liquid filter. I know that this is not new and it's been out there for a long time, but I didn't have it, so this was for me a new thing. I grabbed the shade Fair Light, or the number 2. I hope it's my color because it seems a little bit dark, but We will see. This is how this one looks like. I think everybody has seen it before. It has a foot dough, very big. Let's see how this goes. Yikes, might be a little too dark and orange. Maybe I needed a fair one. I'm gonna apply a little bit more on the other side and some on my forehead. Alright guys, let's see how this blends, shall we? And I'm gonna blend this with a damp sponge. And I know that this one has like very little coverage, but it's still a little bit darker. Like in general, my skin. Also, I forgot to say um I have usually have combination skin, but lately my skin is like super dry because I've been using retinol, so it's flaky most of the times. So yes, guys, I guess we can say I have combination skin with tendencies to be flaky. This area of my cheeks and nose and my forehead um tend to be very oily, and then this part over here tends to be very dry and flaky. So we'll see how this goes. Okay guys, this might be fair to light, but it's super dark on my skin. So if you're kind of like me on skin tone, don't grab the fair to light. Don't grab just the fair one. I think I'm gonna have to apply some on my neck to blend it out, because this is too much. Alright, I'm just gonna let this sit, and I'm gonna apply in the meantime some of the Camo Concealer. This is the one that I have, the original one, and this one is in the shade Light Beige. I'm gonna apply this on my eyes, probably over here, a little bit over here, and here. I'm just gonna blend this with my sponge. Now, of course, this looks way too white after applying this. This is crazy. Ugh. Not up to a good start, but let's see how everything else looks like once it's applied. Now for my eyebrows, I'm going to use my favorite, which is the E.L.F. Wow Brow Gel. I have this one in the shade Neutral Brown, and I'm not even going to be so precise right now, guys, because like I said, I'm going to try one side one color, the other side one color, then I'm going to wash my face and do it again, but with a final color. I have not decided yet. I think I'm going to do it with a very radiant, the last one. You know what? I'm gonna do Rosé usually because I know that that's like the favorite color so far. That's the first one that sold out. So I think my full face is going to be with that one. All right, this is where we are at right now. I think now with the concealer, the whole base looks a little bit better, not too crazy. But let's start. You know what I want to do? I want to do what E.L.F. did on their photos. I'm going to insert it over here. And is that they just put like the dots, the strikes and everything, and then they blend it. I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to start with a contour one. This one is in the shade Fair Light. And like I said, I'm just going to apply it here under my cheekbone. Huh. This looks a little bit weird. It might not be my color, you know? Anyway, so we have this. Now I'm going to apply the shade Candlelit for blush. I'm going to do the whole 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, highlighter on this other side. I'm just going to dab it like this. And there it is, guys. Now I am going to blend this with my sponge and just this clean side of my sponge, of course. Let's see how this blends. Alright, everything just disappeared. That's terrible. I even feel like this looks muddy. Like, this is terrible. Like, yep. If you have this shade, I don't think you should be picking up the lightest one of these. This just looks like mud. It's terrible. Okay. Let's try to do the other side a little bit better. I'm going to start with the contour face. This one is in the shade Light Medium. And I'm going to apply, like I said, just a little strike over here. And I am going to blend first. Let's blend this. Okay, that blended much better. But I feel like it blended into nothing. Let's apply some more. And I'm also going to apply it over here. Now, with this ones, guys, make sure that you graph whatever you have on the sides, because as you can see, they get very dirty. I don't know how hygienic this is. Of course, you can clean the one with maybe a makeup wipey and then just spray some alcohol, but in general, I don't know. Anyway, let's start blending this. Again, I feel like I have nothing. I mean, you can see it a little bit more, but I don't think it's very noticeable. Let's start blending everything here on the forehead. Alright, that's much prettier. Okay. I think it blends nicely on the forehead, but maybe need to bring a little bit more over here. I mean, it's a good thing that I'm trying this for the first time and not trying to have a full face of this right now, because the next time, now I know, I think I'm definitely going to use the light medium shade, because the Fairlight just seems muddy on me, especially with this kind of color. It's just like a no. Okay, not bad, I'm gonna say. Not bad. Now let's go ahead and apply, I'm gonna apply this shade Very Radiant as blush. I'm gonna do the whole 3 dots over here. 1, 2, 3, just like this. And now let's blend with this side of the sponge. Let's see how this looks. I feel like it blends almost into nothing. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Not sure that I like this one as much. At least the blush one. Let me apply a little bit more. Maybe with like a brush or something. So now I'm going to try my fingers. And let's see how that looks. Okay, that's a little bit better with my fingers. Although now I gotta say it's a lot. So now I'm gonna go over it with the sponge. There it is. Okay, that's better. I like it better that way. So first with the fingers and then with a sponge. And I still feel like I need to apply more of it here. And guys, I am using the darkest shade, the Very Radiant. So take that in consideration. We'll see later how the other one looks like, because this one, I feel like you can barely see it. Now let's go ahead and apply the highlighter. I'm going to apply it over here. And that's actually a very pretty shade of highlighter. Let's see how this blends. I'm going to do it with my finger also. And I'm actually going to go over this with a sponge. Okay, that's a nice highlighter, although it's kind of hard to see because my skin in general right now is already pretty glowy. Let's try to fix this side. I'm going to apply the shade again, Candlelight. I'm just going to apply a lot more of these. Is this Candlelight? Yeah. I'm just going to apply a lot more of that blush. And I'm going to dab it first with my fingers. And I'm going to say, this looks more like a blush topper than actual blush. Let's see. Alright, that's a little bit better. Let me go ahead and try to apply that contour. I should have probably applied the contour first. I'm just going to apply a few dots here. Let's see if this works. See, I feel like it's gone. This might be just not my shade. I mean, I can try it with some other foundation. Is this? No, this is the medium one. Let's Let's try a little bit more. I was excited because this was like a really nice contour shade because it's a cool tone, but no, guys. If anything, it just looks muddy on me. And it almost disappears. Like, you can't see it. This side is nice, but this is not. Let me get closer. As you can see, this is a side that I don't like. I feel like this shade, this contour shade, it's completely gone. At least it doesn't work for me, but at the same time, look at this foundation. I have a very dark foundation right now. This fair or this shade, the number 2 of the Halo Glow line, it's not for me. I'm pretty sure that I will have to go with a fair one. Yeah. So that might be the case. That might be why it's not showing up. So if you have a skin tone like me, or if you use the number 2 from the Halo Glow line, don't get the fair contour shade. It's not gonna work. It's just going to disappear. It's gonna look muddy. It's gonna look weird. And for the blush, it's almost gone. And if you have texture skin like me, I personally don't care that I have noticeable pores, but this is just going to accentuate more everything because, again, it's glowy. Everything that is glowy is just going to accentuate your stuff more. Anyway, as you can see, the blush looks pretty. I feel like this is good for whenever you want to go for like a no makeup look. Maybe you just conceal everything and you just apply this without an actual base. So, and the highlighter, again, I feel like, I mean, it's noticeable because it's brighter over here, but my nose is also bright. But I have oily skin, so this is very oily. So anyway, um, yeah, I feel like because the whole face is glowy, you can barely see that. Well, this looks very blinding actually compared to the rest of the face. Now, as for the other side in the contour shade over here, I feel like it acts really, really well as a bronzer. As you can see, like this looks pretty nice in my opinion, and it blended nicely. And now if you go to this side, I actually think it looks a little bit patchy, that very shade. Let's see if I can fix this. You know, guys, it still looks, in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think. It might not catch up on camera, but it does look a little bit patchy. And here's like a very harsh line of where that blush ends. The contour shade, though, in the light medium, I think it's nice. That one definitely is. And again, same thing with the highlighter. I feel like it's barely noticeable because my whole skin is glowy right now. I mean, it just adds extra glow. There's no sparkles, or like, actually, if there are, they're like very, very tiny. Nothing too noticeable. So as of now, the only thing that I've liked so far, it's the highlighter that I would probably like to apply on a matte base or matte foundation in that light to medium contour shade, because it just matches better with my skin. And it actually, I don't think it acts as a contour shade. I think it just acts as a bronzer, to be honest, like a liquid bronzer. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead, take this face off, and try on the last product or the last blush and just everything, and then I'll do a wear test of a couple of hours, and I'll come back and see how things are looking at the end of the day. Alright, guys, I am back, and I already have all of my base products on, which is primer, foundation, and concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the contour. I'm going to use the light medium shade because that's the one that I like the most. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to apply this over here and also over here. And then a little bit on the other side. And here. There it is. I'm actually also going to apply a little bit on the sides of my nose. Let's contour that nose. And I have a little bit extra. Again, just remember, whenever you start applying this, whenever you press it, make sure that you also use whatever is on the sides and not just the tip, because otherwise you're going to be left with a bunch of product. And whenever you put the lid on, it's going to get all dirty like mine is already. So, yep, make sure that you use everything, like I said, on the sides. I'm going to play over it here. And I'm actually gonna use a brush this time. This is a small contour brush, and this one is from Luxie, I believe. Yeah, this is Luxie 1010 small contour brush. I'm gonna blend this with the brush. Let's see how this blends out with this. Oh, it blends nicely, actually. So maybe use a brush, guys. Gonna go up here. Ooh, this is a lot. I'm gonna just bring a little bit more down here. Yeah, this is a lot. I applied way too much. Alright. It's alright. We'll fix it. Nothing that a sponge cannot absorb. So I'll say this, with a brush, you'll get more product or more payoff of your product if you use a brush. So if you don't want this to be too much, use a sponge. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fix this with a sponge. Much better. Because now I look like I have a ridiculous tan. Insides of my nose with a sponge also. Okay, this actually looks pretty for the nose. Alright, now I feel like I have way too much product. I feel like super tan over here. Hopefully with the powder, this will come down, but we will see. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply the blush, which is the Rosé You Slay. And I am going to apply one here, and one here. Another one over here, I need to remember the sides, and here. For this, I'm also going to use a brush. Let's see how this goes. This is like an angled brush, and I am just going to apply this over here. Okay, guys, if you want payoff in color, use a brush. Forget about the sponge. This will apply 10 times better, and your color will look much better with a brush. Look at that. Did I do? Yes, I used Rosé You Slay. Okay. Whew. This is a lot of color. I'll say this. A little bit goes a long ways whenever you use a brush. Now let's go ahead and apply the highlighter, which I'm also going to apply with a brush. Alright, it's very, very blinding with a brush, guys. Alright, now I'm just going to use my sponge and try to go over everything to see if I can tone it down a little bit. Okay, I feel like it did tone down just a tiny bit. Let's see how this looks with powder on top, because I can't let my face go like this. I will be an oily mess in like 30 minutes. So for powder, I'm going to be using the one from this line, the E.L.F. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I have the shade Light. Let's see how this looks after powder. Hopefully it gets a lot better. And I'm just going to apply that with a powder brush, a face brush. This is the ColourPop F28. Okay, I only set half of my face with powder, and the other one, it's not set. As you can see, it's just a little less shiny. You still have that glow, but it's not as intense as it is on this side where you don't have any powder. I do think that the color went down a really, really tiny bit. So the color stayed true to its shade once the powder was applied. Let me go ahead and apply powder on the other side. Okay, this is the full face with powder. Like I said, everything, well, I feel like now it kind of toned down a little bit. As you can see, it's still very, very colorful. So if you apply powder on top, you're still going to have a lot of that color if you use a brush. Let me go ahead and finish the makeup, and I will come back with the final look and my first impressions or thoughts. Alright guys, I am back, and this is the final look for eyeshadow. I used my E.L.F, this one, the bite-size eyeshadow in the pumpkin shade. Pumpkin pie. I only used this two mixed on my eyelid, and that was it. For eyebrows, I used the E.L.F Wet Brow Gel, and for lips, I just used a lip crayon that I have somewhere. I can find it, but I'll link it in the description box down below. In mascara, I use the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara. I did not have an E.L.F lipstick or mascara, so technically it's not a full face, but almost, you know. But as of now, guys, I mean, it took me like 10 minutes to finish the rest of my face, and I feel like I'm already very, very glowy. I really don't know how this is going to hold up. Hopefully it'll hold up good. I will come back and I'll show you how things are looking like. I'm going to show you this also in natural light outside so you can see how this truly looks. So far here on studio lights, it looks really good. Like, it blended nicely. Everything is looking good, but again, it is very shiny. So if you have oily skin like me, or at least this area, I don't think this is going to be a good thing for us. If you have a dry skin and you need like that extra glowiness, then this might be good for you. But as of now, I can't have a last opinion yet. As of now, I don't think this is going to be a favorite of mine. Let me tell you what time it is. It's currently 1:38. So it is 1:38. So you already saw it's 1:40 p.m. I'm about to go grocery shopping and I will show you how these products look like in natural light. Right now it's like 75 degrees outside, so I will also show you how these products hold up throughout the day on a combo skin. Like my T-zone, again, it's very oily. We'll see how this area, you know, where the blush is, holds up in this. But yes, guys, and also I would like to come back with a second review. This is like just a first impressions. I would like to come back with a second review trying these products on a matte foundation and just to see how they apply or how they look, because this foundation, it clearly isn't for me. It's just too much. It already feels heavy on my skin, and yeah, I don't know. But like I said, we will see. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can watch that video whenever I come up with that second review or second wear test on a different foundation. And yeah, guys, I think I'll do maybe tops like a 5-hour wear test, guys, because I want to get this video up around 7 p.m., 7:30-ish. I said 5, but I have many things to do, so let's say 7 p.m., okay, by the time you're watching this. So about 5-hour wear test, and then I'll do another wear test another day in a different video. Anyway, guys, too much talking. Let me go ahead and do grocery shopping and show you how this looks like in natural light. Alright, guys, so this is how things look like in natural light. I think that the contour bronzer shade, it's my favorite. The blush, I would argue that it looks a little bit patchy. I don't know. What do you guys think? And the highlighter is just, I don't know. I feel like because everything is so bright already, you can barely see the highlighter. Like, I feel like I look like an oily mess. I don't know. It might be just me. But, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I mean, it doesn't look as bad, I think. I mean, the blush looks nice. Bronzer looks nice. But I feel like there's maybe a little bit of patchiness over here. Not sure. And of course, it 100% accentuates my pores. It doesn't look as bad, but it is very shiny. So if you have oily skin like me, this might not look good like in a couple of hours. We will see. Like, it's currently 1:50, so it's been just 10 minutes since I stopped recording under studio lights. So we'll see. Let me go grocery shopping. Once I'm done, I'll do another check-in, see how things are looking at that point mark, and then probably one last one at the end once I, you know, finish editing and I'm about to post this video. All right, guys, this is the 2-hour check-in. It's currently 3:45 p.m. So yeah, technically it's been a little bit over 2 hours, and this is how things are looking like right now. I personally really dislike this foundation. It's not the best, and it looks terrible over here. Like, it's settling over here, and then my upper lip area is just horrible. Not for me. I'm not even gonna go and purchase like the other shade that probably fit better with me. But as of now, I feel like things are kind of the same, maybe a little bit less noticeable, especially with the blush. I think that the bronzer shade is still good, but here, for example, I'm noticing this line that I had not seen before. Maybe I'll see it on camera whenever I'm recording, but at least while I was putting everything on, I didn't see it. I don't even, oh yeah, I see it over here. I feel like the blush is just a little less noticeable than what it was before. The contour shade, it's still looking good, at least on my forehead. My nose and everything else is like, not really. I really hate that line. I hate that I didn't see that before. Anyway, guys, I'll come back in a couple more hours and see how things are looking like then. So far, I have not touched anything. No bloating, no nada. Anyway, guys, see you in a minute. Alright, guys, I am back for the last check-in, and I have done nothing to my face except for bloating, which here are the things that I use for bloating. I have recorded all of that. Now the reason why I had to re-record this is because I forgot to put on the mic, so you were not able to hear me. But anyway, here we are, and let's talk about how the products held up. I think that they held up pretty nicely. I mean, there's a little bit of, you know, they fade out a little bit, but not a whole lot. You can still see the blush, at least over here on my cheeks. I think that on the sides, maybe not so much, but it's still there. Same thing for the contour. I think it's still there. But I will say though, I feel like I didn't notice it until later on, but I feel like it looks a little bit patchy over here. Do you see this? It looks kind of muddy. So I don't know. I don't know if this was poor technique on my part or if the product just, you know, did this itself. Hence why I need to do a second video with another wear test, different foundation and all of that stuff. But other than that, I think it's good. The blush fade out a little bit. Same thing with the contour, faded out just a tiny bit. Highlighter though. I feel like highlighter, well, maybe on this side you can see it a little bit more, but it looks the same. I feel like it looks the same way here than it does right here. So maybe that's not highlighter. Maybe that's, you know, just my oils. Same thing on this side. It's like, highlighter, I do not recommend this. I feel like it's just gone. But blushes, yeah, I mean, at least this Rosé You Slay, it's okay. I feel like if it's going to fade throughout the day, then I would like to use maybe the Very Radiant, because the darker it is, you know, it will continue to fade until I have a nice shade at the end of the day. And with a contour shade, I think I am good. I think, you know, no complaints about it. My only complaint will be with the Fairlight shade, because this is such a terrible shade. At least it did not look good on my skin. But again, I'm going to try it with a different foundation and we'll see how that looks. Also with a different technique, like applying it with a brush and all of that. So again, guys, this was just my first impressions. Do I think these products are worth it? I don't know. They're definitely not life-changing, and if you can, and I cannot compare them to the Charlotte Tilbury or Tarte ones because I don't have them. But I mean, they're not bad products. They're not bad for the price. So if you want them, definitely go get them. But if you think this is going to be like a game changer or life-changing thing, it's not, guys. Okay? I just want you to know it is not life-changing. They're not bad quality products, but they are not like the best of the best out there in my opinion. First of all, I'm not a person that really likes like cream products, so maybe that's another piece of it, but I mean, it doesn't look bad. I would probably keep using it, you know, and I will so I can have so I can form a better opinion on this. But as of now, like I said, everything else is still we'll see. The one thing that I will say, it's a no. It's a highlighter. I don't know if you can see, but it looks the same way here, where I apply the highlighter, as it does over here, where just my oils are. So, just putting that out there. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. This was just, like I said, my first impressions. I will continue wearing these products at least 2-3 more times before I form a final opinion on this. I'm going to try them in different, with different bases, different foundations and stuff, and we'll see if this, you know, if I can make it work better, if I like it better, or if it just doesn't work. So if you want to watch those updates, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Anyway guys, that is it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that bell notification button so you don't miss any single one of my videos. And I will see you on the next one, which will be my project pan update, and I have some exciting news. Anyway guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, I will see you on the next one. Bye!